You're listening to Guts and Grind with Siju and Sajan, making the real estate journey accessible to anyone.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Guts and Grind. Thank you so much for clicking and joining us. We really appreciate you. We're on episode 34. And just so if you didn't already know, you're in a series, right? We started on episode 28 and now we're all the way to 34. And so just to do a quick recap, we wanted you, 28 was talking about getting your money straight because that's the first step. You have to know what you're doing. Second is finding a lender, then get a realtor, and then what type of property do you want? And then we go into where do you want to buy? And then you analyze your deal. And so we did all that, right? Now, the most important part is putting in offers. You got to get in there. You got to put in offers, right? And so that's basically what we're talking about right now. Before I dive in, let me introduce my co-host, Siju Koshi. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, Saj? How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Can't complain.
So put in this offer. How are we going to do this?
All right, man. So here's the thing. So we've talked about all these things, right? And all of that is theory and it's great. And we'll touch on that again, but you need to put in an offer. All that research, all that stuff that you've been doing and getting everything prepped is great. It's necessary, but it means nothing unless you're putting in an offer. You have to put in offers. And so Siju and I kind of operate differently. I work with the realtor to get things done. And so I consult my realtor like regularly to say, hey, is this a good deal or not? And so after you've done all that research that we just talked about, if you know what a good deal looks like and you know what you're looking for, don't shy away from putting in that offer. You need to be aggressive because if you're just sitting on your hands, nothing's going to happen, right? I mean, do you agree, Siju?
I wholeheartedly agree. As Saj said, I actually act as I am the realtor for my deals. So I actually pull the trigger on a lot of my deals. I think I want to highlight is whenever you actually pull that first trigger, it's basically, you get excited about it and you see the potential in investing. And I think that actually it kickstarts like that for me anyway. When I saw the doors that it could possibly open as far as investing goes, it blew my mind, right? It just knew that, hey, this could be something that can be sustainable. It could be something that can last and something you can grow for the future. You don't know what you don't know, right? I mean, until you pull that first trigger, and you can always, I think, get into a paralysis and, analysis paralysis is what they call it, right? Yeah. And you can just analyze the heck out of a deal. But until and unless you pull that trigger, it's just all a theory. Everything we're talking about is just a theory, right? And until you see the fruition of, hey, the profits you can make on a rental piece and the growth you see from a piece of property that you're owning, you won't see all that. And actually, one of the things that may motivate you is look at your own house. If you actually own a primary home, just look at the value that your house has increased. And I'm almost guaranteed anybody that owns a home in the last 2 years, whatever they've been living in, look at your tax record because your property is probably increased in value.
Right. For sure. I mean, that's I don't want to say guaranteed, but that's pretty much guaranteed. Like, I mean, especially in the market that we're living in now, right? I mean, things are just growing, right? And so that's why it's important to take action, like to move forward. Like when Siju said analysis paralysis, that's a real thing. And so, cause I remember feeling that way early on, where it's like, is this a good deal? And really that's kind of why I still rely on my realtor, because it's just another outside force just pushing me saying it is a good deal, move forward, And so, for example, like Siju has the agility to move quicker because he's a realtor himself, right? And so, like, there's a lot of positives in that to where you could just say, I could look at the house myself, I could analyze it myself, I could just say, all right, let me just go for it and make it happen, right in an offer. Like, that's very good. And so, like, I'm not trying to say, hey, everyone go out and be a realtor, but that's one of the benefits that you have as being a realtor, right? You could actually do those type of things yourself. For me, I just want to have that third party come in and kind of reaffirm what I'm already thinking and just kind of get that process going. Right. So I can't push this enough. Like the research is important. Everything, all those other episodes that we talked about in this series is super important, but it all leads to this. It all leads to putting in an offer because that's really what you're doing this for. This is not a hobby, right?
This is where you're going to shine. This is where everything that you've worked for, everything, like Hassad said, you've lined up all these resources, your lender, your realtor, all this stuff the research you've done. It would suck to do all this learning and all this research and then just hit a wall and not do anything after that, right? So right. Sky's the limit. I know that initial investment's hard, right? I mean, it's not like a chump change we're talking about here. Down payment, a 20% down payment. on investment properties is a lot of money. But know that you have to have faith in the numbers, right? You have to faith in the numbers and the market, and know that, listen, you're investing in a tangible thing. You can actually see the house. It's not like the stock market. I mean, where heck, I mean, you're putting thousands of dollars into a 401k if you're working anywhere. I mean, the money's there, but I mean, this is something you can actually at least physically see. So I think, hitting and harping on taking action is super key to this concept.
And really, like, analyzing the deal, like what Sid you said, trusting the numbers. That's why you do all this research, right? Once you determine what a good property is and what you want and what you're looking for and what the numbers are, and like going back to the previous episode where we talk about analyzing a deal, that's super important, more than knowing the numbers, but just personally, like, being comfortable, emotionally being comfortable saying, all right, I trust it. I ran these numbers. I talked to a realtor about this and they agree too. And like, all this makes sense. All the stars are aligning. So all I have to do is just take action. So don't be afraid to take action. Like, it's super important.
Yep. And then, Saji, I mean, you can let us know. I mean, we're actually got the next upcoming season of series that are basically piggybacking on our complete journey to getting that first realtor or that first real estate investment. Saji, you want to give a tease on like what's going on for the next 5 episodes?
For sure. So like I said, this first season that we're doing was talking about, what to do to get started. How do you get your first property? This next series, it's going to be 5 episodes, and it's really taking bite-sized portions of what do you do once your offer is accepted, right? Because, now you have the house. Now what are you supposed to do? And so, there's a lot of elements associated to it. Like, you're going to be bleeding out some money. There's going to be inspection period. There's going to be negotiations and underwriting and getting to the closing day. So there's elements that we need to factor in when we get to that point. But it's, again, like I think I said in a previous episode, everything is doable. Like, everything is figure outable, right? But before we get into season 2, I really want to hammer down, take action, like move forward, take the steps to move forward.
And it may be, putting in an offer, but be aggressive, right? I mean, know that, as soon as you see a property that pops up, don't wait. I mean, because in a market that we're in now, that's so hot. I mean, literally, I'm seeing houses pop up on the MLS or the listing site, boom, under contract that same day. If everything works and the numbers are, totally great, trust me, if you don't buy it, somebody else will.
Someone else will, yeah.
Yeah, and it takes being close contact to your realtor and letting them know, hey, this is your intentions. This is what you want to do, right? And that way the realtor, if he's a good realtor, they'll be, trying to get you your goal, and which is going to get them money and get paid too. So
exactly. And I think that's why I'm kind of honing in on that, because the market is so hot. And I've seen properties just go so quickly, even stuff that I've like overbid on. I know I admit I overbid on stuff and it still got taken away because someone bid higher than me, or they bid quicker than me, or whatever it is. And so you don't want to like lose a deal because you were just, what if, I don't know. Like by the time you've gotten to this stage of putting in an offer, you know that you should be doing it, right? And so we won't hone on it anymore, but thank you for watching. Just to wrap things up, we really appreciate y'all. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please leave comments. We love talking to you guys. Let us know your thoughts. If you have any ideas for future episodes that you want to hear about, let us know. Like, we're definitely down. We're all ears, Signing off, I'm Sajan. Siju's there. We'll see y'all on the next one.
Take care.
Thanks for listening to Guts and Grind with Siju and Sajan. Be sure to tune in next time.